is up, YouTube? It's there, and I'm back with another YouTube video. I know you're probably shocked because y'all are not used to seeing my name pop up this much on y'all phone, but I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I was on my way home from the library, and I was going to get the book, the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospel of Philip, but the Gospel of Philip was sold out everywhere, and the library said somebody stole the last copy they had, and it was in the area I live in. They didn't have any more copies at the library. And the nearest Christian store in my area was like in a whole different state, but if I had enough gas, I would have drove all the way over there just to get that book. I'm just so excited. Once y'all watch this video, and well, probably once y'all get halfway through, y'all will understand why I'm so excited about this. I couldn't even wait to get home to record this video. But yeah, I know you're probably wondering like why you just don't pick up the Bible and read, but those two Gospels aren't in the Bible, and y'all are probably like, why are you reading something that's not in the Bible? Once you start watching this video, once we start getting into this video, you understand why I'm reading these Gospels. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get in the story. If I start smiling a lot, it's because I'm getting excited. And once I start getting into the story, y'all will probably get excited too and be like, wow, this is, God is real, y'all. But while I was waiting on my last video to upload my testimony, thank you guys, by the way. I had never got like 100 views in less than 24 hours. Like that was, thank you. But back to the story. While I was waiting on that to upload, I had stopped and I prayed and I was like, okay, God, what do I do next? I don't know what to do. Like I just started my journey myself. I'm still learning. I don't know what to talk about. Like you gotta help me. Give me something, like help me with this. And I prayed, and after I got done praying, I took a nap because y'all, it took me, I started recording that video at 7 a.m. and I uploaded it yesterday like at 1:45. Like that was basically half my day, so I took a nap. And when I woke up, I had a message from one of my older cousins, and in her message she had shared with me the Book of Proverbs. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So I was already excited about reading it, but y'all, I got to the 4th verse, and I'm gonna read the NIV version because I'm not gonna read the King James version on YouTube because y'all know reading the King James version is kind of hard, so I'm just gonna try to read this version. But if y'all couldn't understand me, I'm reading Proverbs verse 4 and 5. Verse 4 says, "For giving prudence to those who are simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add their learning, and let the discerning get guidance." And I know y'all probably like, how in the world did that? How did that make you excited? Like, what did you get from that? I'm from next video. If y'all hear like some loud footsteps or some cracks, that's my upstairs neighbor. I don't know. I guess they just be like walking loud, I guess. But anyway, when I read those 2 verses, it instantly didn't click on me. I had to go back and read it a couple times, and then I finally thought about my podcast show, and I was like, that's something similar to what I want to do, because I want to make a podcast show for teenagers who going through things and they feel like they can't talk to anybody about it. But to be honest, shows for anybody, to be honest. But I'm going to have other people who already went through that experience come on and talk about it too. And in that verse, I don't know why I closed the Bible. And in that verse, it said, let the wise listen and let them add learning too. And it just instantly filled me up with joy, y'all. And I sat there and I read 27 chapters in one night. And that's crazy because thinking back, like a couple years ago, when I used to try to read the Bible, it didn't make sense. It was just like words, and it was just like all over the place. But when I was reading this, y'all, it was coming together like a story, and I was like, dog, I need to know like what's gonna happen next, like what's the next thing. And it's so crazy. We wrote the Book of Proverbs, but I'm pretty sure they didn't write those 2 verses so I could get my podcast idea. To be honest, I feel like God knew I was having a hard time trying to relate to the message. I was having a hard time trying to understand it. So in order for me to understand and be interested, he had to get my attention. So I feel like that's where my podcast came in. So yeah, because after I made that connection to that, I got filled with, I guess, filled with joy, because it's like my whole body got filled with, like, I can't even explain how I just felt really good. And after that, I read like 27 chapters of the Bible. I had never did that before. the Book of Proverbs and just those 2 verses. The Book of Proverbs is actually about wisdom. But y'all know how I told y'all I prayed before my cousin had sent me that, and this is why I'm so excited, because on my way home, I finally made that connection. I was like, I prayed, and God basically sent me. Proverbs was God's way of telling me, like, okay, if you're serious about doing this, if you're serious about walking with me, this is what you need to do to get good in my eyes. The Book of Proverbs explains, I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want to mess with the Bible, so I'm going to say what I got from it. The Book of Proverbs basically is like a checklist you can follow to say, okay, not a checklist. The Book of Proverbs is basically like a deeper version of the 10 Commandments, I guess. It goes into detail of what you can do or what you can't do, what's good in God's eyes and what's not good in God's eyes. And to be honest, I think that was a way. But yeah, before I get into the next topic about the wake-up call, I know y'all probably still wondering, like, where does the wisdom come in? Like, how do you get wisdom by following commands? That's where you're wrong. When people think of a command, you think of somebody like yelling at you, forcing you to do something, but God isn't forcing us to do anything. God isn't yelling at us. He's just simply telling us, like, hey, if you want to be cool with me, this is what you got to do. And if you do these things and if you follow my rules, well, not my rules, if you follow my instructions, I will reward you with wisdom. Just like the other day, I didn't know what to do next. I sat here and prayed, and I was like, hey, God, what do I do next? And then next thing I know, I got a text message telling me to read the Book of Proverbs. And what did he give me? Wisdom. And it's just like, he's basically telling me, like, the next steps. And that's why I'm excited. And I felt like I needed to share that with you. And this is what I'm going to do the wake-up call topic, because it's throwing me off from what I really need to say. So I'm just going to say what I really need to say. Hopefully y'all stay this long to see what I really need to say. I noticed a lot of young people my age have a hard time building a relationship with God or staying committed to building a relationship with God. And I know it's really hard because I go through the same thing. You know, trying to stay connected with God can be so hard, because if you go on Facebook, you see something ungodly being thrown in your face. If you go to watch a movie, they trying to throw something ungodly in your face. It's like everywhere you go, they're trying to throw something ungodly in your face. And I can understand why it's hard for you to stay connected, because you're being distracted. But it's really up to you to want to take that extra time, to take that next step into building your relationship with God. For instance, next time you get bored and want to get on Facebook, don't get on Facebook. Pick up your Bible, try to read. You can just start with Genesis. The more you read, the more time you spend with God, the more you understand. So the more you read the Bible, the better you'll understand it. Just like when you start hanging out with a new friend, you start picking up on their ways, just hanging out with them. So start hanging out with Jesus and start reading the Bible, start praying. Next time you feel sad and you want to vent, try venting to God. He might not be able to respond instantly like a friend will, but if you keep up your end of the deal and doing right, God will hear you crying out to him, and he will send a blessing your way, or he will send a sign showing that he heard you. And if you just keep on doing what you're doing, if you just keep living right, if you know you're living right, he will help you get out that situation, or he'll send you a blessing to help you get out that situation. Y'all just gotta spend time with God. Y'all trying everything else to feel better, but y'all not trying God to feel better. So that's my little message I have to share with y'all today. Thank you for watching. Please let me know how I did. I really enjoyed hearing the comments from the last video. I'm tired. I'm starting to stumble. I've been recording this video. It was daytime. Now it's dark time. It's probably been over 4 hours I've been recording this video. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna have an outro because my brother said it's too loud. So if somebody listens with their headphones, it would scare them. So I'm gonna leave my outro out. I'm gonna just end it. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and share.